Joel did not practice today. Everybody else did.
Load management.
It is. Yeah, it is. We had 2 great days, and so did he. And tomorrow, you come in, and it's sort of a game day for us, where you come in, you have a shoot around, and then you go to the Palestra and you play in front of, I think it's going to be a fantastic crowd. And we just felt like, it'd be good to let him have today and rest, and let him jump back into it tomorrow.
Is there anybody tomorrow night you anticipate won't participate on the court?
No. It's like when I go into my meetings, you've heard me say this before, the first thing I do in my coaching meetings is we go green, yellow, red. There's a depth chart. Green is healthy, yellow there's some minor ailments, red is Zaire. And so this morning you're looking at it, it's all green. And I don't expect that to change tomorrow. We're looking forward to having a full group and less Zaire. And I think the scrimmage is going to be great.
You guys obviously had a lot of success defensively last year. But what are you looking to build off of defensively? What are the points of emphasis on defense for this season?
I mean, the end game is this. And as I said, you learn where you finish, you need to begin. And so the three-point shot is offensively driving everything. How do we keep Joel Embiid on the floor when you're playing against 5 out? How does he guard Horford? How would he guard Draymond Green? How would he guard, pick another stretch guy where they got 5 guys that can shoot threes? And so we're trying to anticipate that environment, and we're practicing now on how to keep him, more close to the rim. He's the best rim protector in the NBA. And so defensively, when you're not able to do that, you end up, getting into basic stuffs like, can you just simply guard your man? How good are we laterally? Can we switch with our length? We have the longest team in the NBA, so they tell me, with their wingspan. So how do you switch a lot? How do you keep the game in front of you? How do you not get beat on the first dribbling quick? And then how do we just find ways to, as much as we can, get Joel at the rim and be able to cover him around that? And, that to me is playoff defense. That's where we're at.
What has Billy brought to coaching defense? What do you like about?
I mean, he's prideful. He's studied. He's been a head coach before. We digested and dissected this all summer, and as soon as we lost, and you start really paying attention and figuring out what we have, this study, this belief, and it's been challenged all over the place, where we're trying some things a little differently. And then we could experience some pain initially, but I feel like to get where we want to go, you're going to have to do that. We don't want to coach afraid. We want to be bold with what we think and why we think it, and be committed to doing it. And so we're starting now, and Billy has been, just as you know how I set my staff up, he's been excellent at helping, coordinate this type of effort.
Embiid at the rim defensively. Offensively, you don't want him to take as many three-pointers as last year.
No, I do. I don't remember the number that I hoisted out, but it was a more of a statement than fact. I want him shooting threes, and he is gonna we're gonna obviously want him get inside. He's as big as anybody in the NBA, but to feel like that's the only thing he can do is really naive. And I don't think great coaching. So me coaching him and getting that balance of post up, post up, post up, dunk, 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 versus he's trailing in and nobody's guarding him, shoot some threes or space him in corners as we put Markelle in a pick and roll, that interests me. And as I said, so much of Joel's interesting situation is he's good at a lot. He really is skillful and has the ability to score in a lot of different places.
If the opportunity presents itself between now and the start of the season, will you or Elton look to add talent to the roster, or are you content with what you have?
I mean, I'll give you the canned coach speak line that everybody will give you is you're always looking to make your team better. And what I do think is Elton is going to be fantastic, and he's gonna keep me in the loop. We talk all the time about what's obviously going on in the market, and seeing where that may affect us, or otherwise, and we're just always spitballing. We're always aware and paying attention and trying to find ways to make ourselves better. My immediate focus is this gym and the development and putting him in good situations. That's where my head is at almost entirely.
Coach, Cuff said in the offseason how we wanted to improve bringing the ball on the floor, getting better at the rim. Have you noticed an improvement in his game?
I have. I think like he's attacking with a purpose. I think that apart from attacking with a purpose, he's coming to jump stops and coming under control and not just barreling into people and becoming a charge-prone player. I think that there's a control aspect also to him in penetration that I'm attracted to, and he's clearly worked at it. But it's no secret that he can shoot. It's no secret that people make him dribble. And what next, now what stuff is what he spent the summer doing, and I do see improvement.
You have your entire starting five back. I guess analytics said it was the best starting five. Is that your commitment, or is jobs open for other guys?
I'm looking at it all. I really am, because what's interesting more is it is true with the starting five, but we actually had a more efficient other five. Like, it's true what you just said, but our most efficient five wasn't the starting five. And so I know there are many layers of analytics, and it was Bellinelli and Dario, and there was another group there that from an efficiency standpoint was the number one team. And my starting five isn't as dramatic, I think, as the media's and at times the players. I'm always interested in who ends games. I've given you all my story when we took an NBA All-Star and brought him off the bench, Manu Ginobili, and effectively we played him 7-7, 7-7. He played the last 7 minutes of every period, and that seemed to prolong his career and work for him and work for us. And so I don't know. What I do know is, and I've said this and I mean this, the gym will speak to me, and then I'm gonna have to make a decision as a head coach. But I'm open. I'm really coming in here just trying to be thoughtful on how we make all the decisions that I have to make.
Does it help to have a guy like Pascal who can do all the fine outward practice?
It does. It really does. And when I see him run the floor now that he's under our roof, and I think that his versatility, his ability to switch, Derek, it's better than I thought. And he's long, he's got a bounce. And to your point, when we can say Mike go to the five, and now Joe, now what? There's perfect. It does. Yeah, it does.
Brett, when you guys are involved in trade discussions for a player, how do you go about gauging that player's, specifically their character and I guess their locker room presence? And how much of that intel you get is, I guess what you would say is reliable versus teams trying to, feed you stuff to maybe grease the wheels a little bit?
Yeah. I think that in today's day and age, with the intel that everybody has and the network that everybody has, this is my 18th and 19th year doing this, we all have a pipeline of people and coaches and teammates, and with all of it you learn, and we learn. You better learn. And so it does influence, things that you do. And you can't be intimidated at times by things. I feel like this program the culture it's almost there, where it's strong enough to, be able to invite somebody in and, show them this is how we try to do things, whoever that might be. And so it's all on the table, but it's certainly, I suppose, in some ways like analytics, it doesn't always force decisions. It really doesn't.
Brett, coming off of last season's playoff exit against Boston, and then with your loftier goals this season, do you see the Celtics as a team that you're kind of in the back of your mind, we're going to have to get through them?
Toronto, the Celtics, I think my friend up in Milwaukee is going to do a great job. I think they're going to be one of the improving teams. It's hard for me to say yes just to the Celtics. It's deeper than that, and it's clear they're really, really good, and it's hard to say, well, so is Toronto. you know. And so like all that stuff is I'm aware of who holds the throne right now in the East, and at the moment we do not, and you know we hope to.
You know, I don't think we're going to speak to you before tomorrow night's event. Why do you think it's important to do the scrimmage at the Palestra, and what do you hope the guys get out of it?
I mean, for me, it's like why I do the coaching. For me, there are a lot of connections onto why I love doing the coaching clinic. You know, we get 1,000 coaches come in here. They're not charged anything, and you kind of give back to your fraternity, and it's fun. I enjoy it. I think it's my responsibility. I think for this program and for the players to go into the city and play at a place like the Palestra. That was, ironically, my last college game was at the Palestra. And, you know, the history of that building in this city matters. It means something. We spoke about it this morning. And so to be able to give something back to our fans in some place so iconic, so historic, I think it's just a goodwill thing, a good basketball gesture all the way around. And I know our guys and me personally, we're excited to go there. Thanks, everybody.